Good morning. Or whatever it is, wherever you are. Alright, I brought this up because it's kind of interesting, but still. There are probably some ways I could exert a little bit more control over this, but I don't think I can do enough. I also don't think you can do... That's our graph is. Oh, so that's the difference between Nito and... that's Nito. Oh. Huh, I wasn't seeing very different results when I was doing it. Maybe now that I've got the God things in there, it might actually be interesting to see what that looks like. Got the... Nope. the density of objects, I guess, is still keeping it. Oh, nope, I just had re-rendered. Well, that makes some interesting little subnetworks for these things. So that's kind of its own little thing. Yeah, we would have to... This is not working how I would expect it to work based on the other example. I would expect... Maybe I have to identify the root node differently in Circo than in 2Pi. Yeah, root equals start. So there must be a different way of doing that in 2Pi. And we do have start definition as the first thing. Or maybe you need, you need the subgraphs. But yeah, that's not useful. So this is probably collected from different examples. I don't know if there's actually a built-in way to like be able to overlay or do mixed mode in different areas of the graph. I was kind of afraid the duo boons looked like at one point. Yeah, anyway. That's something. And what we've got is one Lua file that uses one Hades file. To get connections to the actual trait names and graphics, we're going to need to pull in some different files. Boon info screen, which uses some of the in-game stuff. Is it actually trait data? Okay, so this is more of a code file than a straight data file. This just defines some stuff into our local environment, and this might be depending on some other dependencies. So we're looking for things like deciding ranged trait. I'm gonna need translation files to get the name of it. Actually, is there anything useful here? Oh, icon. That'll hopefully be useful somewhere. I mean, assuming we can associate that with any other data in the game. Now, is this a different thing? Well, if I had some way to reference them, I could maybe use it in the graph here. Attempt to index a nil-value global weapon sets. Hero rush weapons. Hero primary secondary weapons. Non-physical weapons. I guess this is what it can apply to. Alright, so in order for this to be valid, I know there might just be another file we could do for this. Could I define this and then just have the subkey come as null? Or do we need all the subkeys? Hero voice lines. Oh, Hades shout trait, super activated voice lines, full super activated voice lines. Okay. Now, what do we get? So the top level is trait multiplier data, default diminishing returns, default min multiplier. Depth damage multiplier. It's apparently not a thing. Duplicate modifier. Duplicate strong multiplier. Oh, is this for like multiple applications? Identical multiplier. Is it possible to get identical? Maybe identical. If it was okay, oh, maybe they do palms by applying the same trait. So there's trait data. Okay, which actually does take you to the top or the bottom of the file. So trait data is our main thing. And we think we might be able to look up these things in trait data. Slot might actually tell us something about basic slots. I don't know if I can't use that in my current layout. So I guess icon is the only thing we can use right now. Well, I guess I could assign like shapes to this. If we figure out what all the slots are. I guess for proof of concept, I could use icon as the text. Where do we God trait? Okay, and then it would be like label. All right, so for syntax check, and there's going to be there are going to be a few of these that don't show up because it's like, you know, the Poseidon upgrade thing, for instance. So that was the default label. I guess to check that we could do like something silly like that. Ah, okay, so actually these weren't used for that. And what we're hoping to be able to do syntax error. In line 32? Oh, this is in the dot file, which is often the result of concatenating nil value. Okay, so we do have to do some defaulting here. If trait data trait and trait data trait. Oh, I think it was capital icon. And you are label, not trait. Oh, I guess your hand. Okay, so that's not useful to us. Oh, that means you don't have an icon. Oh, okay, because these are things that sub in as alternates. It might still be using the base version. Icon? Custom tray text. Yeah, I guess it would still use the same icon. Maybe they swap out the name or something. But right now I'm not handling that as the proper special case, so. Oh, so if we have this trait, Poseidon range trait becomes shield load ammo Poseidon range trait. But it still has this icon. But then as a trait, this is still in the prereqs, so I might end up doing a special filter for this or something. All right, so this is not actually useful right now. It proves we can get icons if we had a way to transform this into a reference to a file. What are these things actually called? Well, I guess it would have to have some other reference to this symbol, right? How about a different, easier type thing? Debug scripts. Ah, okay, so that kind of debug script. Loot data we've got. Powers. Meter slow apply. Okay. I don't think that's going to be relevant to us. Loot data, quest data. That prophecies maybe? Trait data we've got. I wonder, is text going to be a different directory? Text and codex help. Unit data. Well, I guess names would be text. So pick one. No. Well, now we're into this folder. ID equals electric shot and a description. I mean, I guess pointing this at different files could conceivably do translated versions of it. But this is going to have all kinds of references, isn't it? Well, maybe this is evaluated on demand. Now is this... Oh, this is SJSON. So I can't trivially do this from Lua. Yeah, this is UI data. Require text lines. This might be an engine thing. The only thing I know of that does SJSON was a Python package, which I guess I could take that and export it as something I could more easily use elsewhere. Or we write the actual SJSON parser. And I ran across one thing that used something called SJSON that was just the regular Ruby JSON parser. Okay, that's using that for positions. Localization data. Boon info screen scripts is referencing it. Localization.lua. Oh. This is different stuff. So where's my scroll bar? This is all the offsets for different languages. Not the text itself. Unless it gets merged into the same array. This is things to exclude from save. Save ignores. And there's flavor text and label text. But maybe it gets merged in by the engine. So that's assigning it, that's just saying ignore it. Well, no, this does say text, so I guess I could see that being, yeah, let's get, label text, but it's not actually text, that is the offset to it. ID, create text box, text equals flavor text options, which is itself doing an indirect reference, so yeah, this isn't in Lua. Back me up one. All right, so we have, well, no, we have to read the file. Okay. There's a way, is it? Yes. So JSON dot oh, maybe they are super tolerant. Now, we actually printed this without commas as well. Is that actually an error message? Because it's printing the value, I can't really tell. I guess I can see what this is. Yep, X is no. So it's saying no. I guess I could write a teeny tiny program to attempt to do that, but all it would do was give me an error message. Gonna say malform JSON or whatever. Hmm. All right, so we have a Python. We could use it for just straight up data extraction. But they assume you know how to use it. Well, if it's a single file, I probably won't even need to worry about oh, so they're recommending pip install. Which, I mean, it might already have for some other stuff. Okay, so we actually have to go through a few steps here. It might even be multiple steps. Okay, so there's a setup. Yeah, so it looks like it's probably just a single file. Would this work? Okay. Now, I don't do Python often enough. Is it... Does it require? Is it use? Is it... Are they called packages? Import. Didn't complain. For methods. From a stream from a string. So we also have to figure out how to read stuff. So this might actually, well, we've got some playing around to do, and maybe some code to be useful. Okay, so F is probably a stream. Print expected. Oh, silly me. I thought that the dot meant it was sort of auto indented. Unexpected. Okay. So yes, this will be easier if we have a file. Nope. For some reason I thought that was Control D. I guess it's Control Z. Okay, so we don't need two of these things running. We have source. Something like that. Import sjson. Is it okay? Flat name. With open, and then in our other, in our Lua file, we had the full path to these. Okay, so that was content scripts, trait data. This is content game text n codex text dot n dot sjson tab and well, Python. Name load is not defined. So we have to do is it sjson.load? They don't have an actual example of using it. Yes, it is just json.load. Okay. Name load is not defined. Okay, so apparently this is not a file stream. So we can do, I don't want read lines, it'll just be read. Load S. Okay, now the problem is there's so much stuff here. I guess I can not print it to see if there was an error. Didn't print anything. All right, now is JSON a default module? No complaints. So we're going to need to have two opens if we want to go straight. And this is just going to be local file. I guess it's still just codex text. .json. And then it's dump and write it to a stream. Once again, we don't have a stream. We could maybe look up how we do work with Python streams. Well, there's TCP. Is that for network stuff? Networking and interprocess communication. So maybe it's not for files. Yeah, they're talking about connections. So read from there to JSON. And would that be JSON dot right? Okay, so I must have to open files differently. That's modules, how to read a file. Now we need to know how to write a file. Okay, open. Okay, so maybe we just have to do W. Okay, I didn't seem to get a new error there. Oh, or maybe it just ran. For my use, is there a, well, this should be just like JSON, right? But maybe JSON would have a better documentation of it. JSON to JSON. Okay, it must be a standard library. Okay, sort keys, indent. So dump is that one. Okay, so we have lang texts, ID, display name. Maybe other things have titles? Did I look at the wrong one? Maybe it was a different thing and I went off and searched it. Oh, it's help text. Oh, we've got some foreign characters in here. And this is the English one, though. No, I've got this open. No, not. Nope, maybe I don't have it open. All right, so what are you complaining about? Well, character position. Unless that should just be an hour, right? No, because I can't do that. I need to go forward regardless. Vim jump to character number, character offset, character in a line. No, that's to jump to a particular type of character. In long line. Nth character in a file. Might have been a better way to put it. Line and character. 1,000th character in the file. 2, 6, 2, 1, 3, 1. Maybe that's the byte position and not the character position. How do I search? Can I search for hex code? Type control characters. Well, that requires the Unix hex editor. Might need the hex editor thing. In Vim script. That's a whole Unicode character. But what would the hex version of that would be? OX? No. 5219. 16. Oh, really? Is alt quotes throwing it off? And I guess if it's not accounting for that possibility ever, but that would seem to be one of the more common alt characters. Yeah. Maybe I just have to read it in a different encoding. I kind of skipped over that part before. Avoid implicit encoding and decoding. Well, we might have to guess what the encoding is. That's not a bad guess. Can't concat none type to byte array. Well, maybe it's not. What does Vim think it is? It thinks it's dot. No, Vim thinks it's UTF-8. Is that the correct spelling of UTF-8? That's their correct spelling of UTF-8. According to that, anyway. Up, and there's our alt text again. Decode string. Does this make it come out as byte array instead of string? So this does appear to be in load S. So this is a. Are there any notes in SJSON? There's some PEP 8 compliance that could have been encoding. So this is like one of the only things I know of that supposedly deals with these SJSON files, and maybe it doesn't. No, I guess I'm trusting the fact that this appears to look okay, that UTF-8 is the correct encoding. Nothing else seems off about it. Can't concat none type to byte array. Do I have to do I have to like purge this before I can put it in here? Or do I have to do something on the read to deal with encoding actually? Oh, that confirms the encode decode. Well, this is on open and just f.read. That's the data is decoded correctly from the print expression that encodes the data again using sending sequence bytes to standard is the same as the file content. Terminal configuration. Well, we're not printing it. We're attempting to write it. Maybe I got this wrong. Well, no, because we haven't even gotten to that stage yet. We should be able to say that maybe if I did some manual encode decode stuff. Can't convert. Okay, so yes, we have that. None of these lines look like they're lines from my, oh no, well, line 7. So yes, that's JSON load S. Well, what was our problem? I guess I've forgotten whether it was the load step or the write step that was having a problem with our encoding. Codex char code map. Oh no, this is line 6 now. So that if the encoding is off, we can't even read it. And then it's SJSON that has a problem with it. So can I load that as UTF-8? Yeah. And then can we mess around with this stuff? Where did we see that? Did I close that one already? So encode puts it to binary and decode puts it back to that encoding. It's in the encoding. Wait. We read it as, oh, yeah. C.encode.decode. Oh, that's the special C. So the file was in the byte sequence. We got the Unicode character by using encoding. So we would have to encode. Can we just re-encode it for this thing's purpose? Bytes has no attribute encode. Oh. We got a bytes, huh? Oh, do I have to specify read maybe? So we know what direction it's going? No, because that's implicit in reading it. Okay, so that's our text. How do I find out the type of something? I mean, object type, value type, I guess. I just check the type of a variable. Type and is instance. So that says stir. That was saying something about, oh, after we'd encoded it. Maybe it's a decode. Okay, so if we encode it, then it's a byte stream. So it would actually have to re-encode it as something. Well, this is a UTF-8 byte stream. Yeah, so that's so encode decode messes it up. Or re-encode. Codex get writer. So would I actually have? Well, no, because it's it's in characters. How would we? Maybe a codec would transform it? Was this Python encoding? Python JSON. Oh, Python JSON handles Unicode data. String or bytes. Unicode characters. Unicode string type is stir, byte literal, B byte type bytes. There's the coding of the file. Which I wouldn't expect to matter much. This, actually, I'm not even sure what to put here. Right, because I had started typing something. Okay, so they're using check as their. Okay, so that's byte stream of this. Encode decode UTF-8. Displaying in REPL. Application encode decode. I think before writing to a file. Works on a Unicode string. Open dest, open source. Okay, so they're decoding one, encoding the other, not specifying the encoding here. I think the problem is the library we're trying to use doesn't handle but is there a binary encoding? Well, if there is, maybe this has it. I guess bytes is kind of the binary encoding, but JSON encoding and decoding. But that's standard JSON module, which encodes these things as such. JSON.dump. Well, we're not to dump yet. We're trying to load. Which this is supposed to be compatible with Python JSON, right? But this is an encoder, so it's going to show up anyway. Ensure ASCII. The output is guaranteed to have all coming non-ASCII characters escaped. I guess we actually need this on load. Parse constant, object pairs, object hook, parse float. Yeah. May have extraneous data at the end. Well, that's the encoder again. Character encodings. Okay, for real JSON, requires to be UTF-8 1632 recommended. Resulting strings only contain ASCII character. Okay, so that JSON itself is allowed Unicode. This can produce only ASCII. Well, if it's just the quotes, what would we have to do? We have to read it as text. And then we would have to okay, it is replace. Old, new, at most, whatever. Replace. With so there's probably a proper translation of this, but I'd have to. How do I get that? Which one are they using? These are in pairs, right? So we've got maybe that one and that one. C. D. Oh, we were playing around with this. Cannot concat none type to byte array. The problem is I don't have any information about where in the string this happens. Oh, do I need to double escape this? Nope. But actually, it looked like it was recognizing it as a Unicode character, so it would be kind of the same thing. So I may have needed to double escape that. But you're still having issues, and I don't know where. Now, on one of the modding sites, there was a SJSON download, but it was like, oh, it's just a reference to a standard Python module. Maybe it's not a standard Python module. It might be a modified version of this Python module. I see that was probably on the mod importer. Maybe that's what they were calling that. Modified to support Supergiant Games SJSON. PyPy.org. Okay, so yes, it is. It is not a standard module. Really? Maybe because I have an older version of Python from whenever I set this up. It's downloading an older version of the package. So where do we get Python and what do we get it for? Python 3.8 must have been to support something. Would I then have to uninstall Python? Oh, you think the package might be old? So this is 203 here. Oh, so this is even a little bit wrong then, because the home page is over here. Okay, there's a repository. Tags, okay. So actually it is a library, and they must have rolled some of that stuff in. So, just to avoid confusion, Python style raw strings, unknown string, yeah. That's the only version since, but it maybe it did something. All right, now, were you just using the raw source, or did you go through an install? Ah, yes, folders. Just got the init py, okay. How is that gonna work here? I didn't actually do anything with this. Okay. Now I was doing the replace here. No sign of error. Okay, we have to bump it. Okay. And it did re-encode them. Oh, well, there's. Oh, okay. There is. I don't know why the one didn't search. Maybe because it went into other characters. So those do show up a few times. I guess what we'd really be curious about is. Okay, there might be a few other Unicode characters in there. Ooh, big text. All the credit stuff. All right, now, does that help us in our current Lua file, or do we need to mash it all up with something else? Lua rocks. So if it's a default thing, and I forget if we actually got Lua rocks to work. Luna JSON. Now we're running a Python command here. Luna JSON not found. So did we? It seems like we tried to install one of the other packages and it didn't work out right. Yeah. We just installed. Where did we install Lua from? And where do we install it to? Lua 54. Yeah, it was just a bin. Because Lua rocks didn't work, I think. So I actually need to, I actually need to retranslate it. Does this one install the right version? And maybe because there's an old version of pip, I guess it could be that. I guess maybe we don't even need JSON now. So we have we've got our raw data. We've got that one that writes it as JSON. So that was defaulting to ASCII, so we didn't necessarily need the encoding there. Oh, so you do read path and write path. So actually, it's not even this. It is just Lua data dot serialize, just in case. You want UTF-8. I guess Lua does tend to use tabs. All right, because we pulled this out. Lueds. Right takes no keyword arguments. So this, okay, so the misplaced parentheses. Now, I guess I don't actually have anything here on a successful. Okay. Oh, wait, did I? Yeah, there has to be a path. Okay, so read takes a path from a file to a string. Oh, no, there's a write. Okay. Write to helptext.end.lua. And maybe maybe I need a prefix here because of the way they load. Well, it's just return, so I can basically assign that to whatever, right? Oh, nope, that actually did have a over undo there. Helptext.end.lua. And then what do we get out of that? We get texts with IDs, which we're going to have to, let's see, and this is display name and description. Just using description with all those inlines is probably going to be quite a project if we want to do that. But this is going to have to be a lookup. For the number of items in there, I'm debating if it's worth making a lookup table for this. Might not be. Right, and this one we need to, oh, is this going to be different? Do I need a different thing besides do file? Need a limited token number. Oh, right, because I printed this into my dot file, basically. Table, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we got something. Oop. Got something. Oh, no, actually, text is the thing in help text. Can I say dot texts? Okay, doesn't seem to have an immediate problem with that. And then that is an array of things that have IDs. Okay, syntax check. I had, if it's the icon, but this has a different existence check. And then we want to say if we got that, and the label is that. Okay, yep, that didn't find anything. So are we getting anything in our iteration? So this is going to be messy as heck. All this would say would be table. Is this going to print out? Yeah. Okay, so that's table. Okay, that looks like IDs. How about if we match? Do we never match? Not chamber gold trait. Dina weapon trait. Did I misspell display name? Zeus range trait display name. Right, we still have it open. Okay, that looks like a name. Maybe we're just no. So now, what's the problem with it then? Maybe my if isn't working. Oh, so here's one of your problems. That's going into the label field. We're still referring to it by that name, so it's not gonna like it's gonna be a missed reference. No extra stuff. Okay, so that is nil. Huh. But that, Well, okay, so I was looking at Zeus range trait. That did not use that. It's just display name. Now, like some of the shield loaded, well, yeah, that has a different name. Unless there's more than one text? No, text is pretty much the entire thing. I guess I could believe certain nils. I guess what I need to know is what was our trait? And then what did that turn into? Okay, that's a little one. I mean, like Demeter shout trait. Demeter's aid. So that was... Does return not do what I think it does? Of course, this changes the entire... Deadly Strike, Artemis weapon trait, but returns nil. Because we typed it correctly when printing it, and incorrectly when returning it. So now these all have familiar names. Well... Those don't have names for some reason. Those might be some of those inheritance things. Okay, so these I can see being internal. That's fine. Double collision sounds like an actual duo boon. So duo boon, looks like the duo boons are defined someplace else. Fabulous. Help text. You might be in a subtable. Could that be a thing? No, that looks about right. Oh, am I... That's not a... Because those aren't god traits. Those are... where do we print... Do we do anything special with those? Maybe we don't. Maybe we just get those as default boxes from join keys. If not printed, okay, label equals, no, that's the join nodes. That's join to get. Yeah, okay. That's join. That's edge. Do I only use join key for all linked upgrades, which is going to include, these are already god traits, we've got that there. It does the coloring. So we need something like this that takes care of the naming. All right, god traits. Why did I pull that out? Oh, okay, because all those things. Maybe we can come back to that. So you are going to... You might not need data. Maybe you want to come back and do something fancy with that later. Because it would be really handy if I could get a duo color going there. Yeah, because it's duo, so even whose data would it be? That's the thing we have to solve. So maybe not right now. And filled might not matter without a color, but maybe the color is white. Printed to get. That's the Rex. If not printed to get. Well, it did end up filling it in, which actually is semi-useful, and some of these other things then don't get filled in. But we are actually not aware of which god these things are from, the way we're doing it right now. Because it's just requirements, and then you'd kind of have to follow the trail back to figure out what god those belong to. But we have familiar names. The coloring would be useful if I was using this at any point in other work. So there's that. There is, let's see, had I ever done, nope, I never, maybe I should checkpoint this at some point. Are there icons? The icon list might have been not like a standard page. I think like the legendary boons had a page. It was like just the icons. Special maintenance reports, list of pages. Categories. Aspect icons. Okay, so those aspect icons. Boon icons. Oh, so that's all of the things as, so these have been named by the title. If that's one-to-one, it could be useful. I'd have to download them all one by one. Although I don't know if the extraction tool would give you individual files, because I think they might be sprite sheeted. Let's see, that could be software. Decompress, extract, and pack. Okay, so that's just a Python module. And it might be in a package. No, LZ4, okay. This might be a little bit more, let's see, exploratory. So that was text, content. Okay, well, these are still SJSON. Now, maybe the maps for what files they're in are here? So we have something like, which file was that in? I guess I'm in there. Okay, that is trait data. Which apparently I'm not in that tree. Okay, that's the scripts tree. Do I even have that up somewhere? So like Boon Poseidon 03 would be an example of... Okay, so that was the help text. Well, we can look here. Oop. No, I typoed something. We have to have at least one hit. Okay, nothing in there. GUI animations. Inherit from Boon icon. And apparently there's a small and a large. GUI screens. Packages. And then this is where that comes in. XX in the current working directory. So I guess I could then take the path to that. Okay, and it's just a package. Not find. Oh, download the wheel and then install the wheel. Okay. Always apply as soon as we're needed. Oh, if we output new packages. Okay. Download, because the instructions were download the wheel. That doesn't work. Okay. Edit, and now I want to rebuild. I just want to extract. Depth X. Pill image module. Didn't mention that one. Oh, pillow. Did they say how to install it? Okay, so that is called. Is it case sensitive? Nope. Oh, this is a pill fork, so I don't know if that's what we want. Oh, well, maybe it is. Assuming we already have it. Pillow, okay. I guess the fork took over. I guess there was a lot of stuff in there. Now, oh, you know what? This is a, I might still need to do some stuff with this file, which is another SJSON. So I might have to convert that to something I can load. So I can do something from here to get to the path, to get to a file. Did you export it back here? I was hoping not to mess up the game directory, but okay. It said to the current directory. That is not the current working directory. So I only want these for reference. I don't need to worry about rebuilding them or anything. Okay, so these things have their own little SJSON files. And I think these might be packed sprite sheets. Oop. Okay, well, there's some frames. There's, yeah, so these might be like auto-packed somehow. And then these are similar size, so they kind of went together. Yeah, these might have been manually extracted. So this was the GUI package. Oh? It's interesting that these things have such a long or a tall representation. I'm also kind of interested in if there are bits I could use to draw the graph stuff later. There's some other kind of progress ring. Lots of headers. And it throws a couple little icons in. And it might actually be, like, the line stuff might actually be more in, like, the lasers from the enemies or something. Well, it would be the targeting reticle, which actually, that was straight up. The one you see in game is kind of tilted, so I guess they're doing this as a transform, which means the things aren't necessarily pre-tilted. Hmm. So rooms. Oh, an entire package for... Oh, I wonder if this is all the special effects associated with the god? Huh. FX, GUI mouse. NPC. The weapon. These have to be like the effects and stuff. So one of the things I was curious about is the stuff for the one hidden sword aspect. In pieces or one giant package? Huh. So all the effects you have all that weapon are in one atlas? Looks like some Athena stuff. That's some Doom stuff. Some chill stuff. Yeah, so that was called sword weapon. It doesn't seem like it necessarily has only sword stuff. So I don't know where where that holy ground effect would be. Maybe I can find that through some other file. All right. So. Oh, is this what's in the file? Name textures, name portraits, portraits. Can we get... What's one we might be interested in? No. A lot of them were down around 89. Ah, no, that's 80. That's texture, GUI. Okay, so GUI blah, 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 blah is this rect in there. So to automate pulling that out, we'd actually have to be doing some image manipulation stuff. Hull. Does that mean they're actually like specking out the diamond? I guess I'd have to do some more thinking about what those actual coordinates were. So we could track directly from the data to an image if we had the images with those names. Or we just go through here and download a whole heck of a lot of stuff. All right, so one thing I'm curious about is they put backgrounds on these. No, okay. So that's a default thing. And these things are probably transparent themselves. Package file. Well, the subtexture is false. I wonder if they have some other documentation. Well, there's a docs here. CLI. This is HTML. Fax docs. I use mod importer. No. Let's see. So CLI. Yeah, so it's actual HTML. So, has this where did this install to? Probably somewhere in Python, huh? No. Okay. Scripts. Oh, it gave me an exe wrapper, which doesn't. So it tells me that it's in here somewhere. It doesn't tell me where the libraries are. So that get like installed into my personal Python area somewhere? Where to see which pip is going to be used. Virtual M live Python site packages. User local lib. Yeah, that's like which one gets used. Okay, that looks like Mac. Does that mean this is an app data somewhere? Pip cache. This is under date modified. Packages for I don't know what. That's under scripts. Is this just a rename? Or is it actually an XZ? And it's some kind of actually XZ. Lib site, man. I looked at lib, maybe I didn't think of looking at site packages. Okay, there's a whole bunch of folders in here. Okay. Of which one of them is it? Yeah, so that doesn't have the doc directory. Oh, that's actually a markdown, which actually would have shown up better here. And it's probably the same as that, right? Extract, list, pack, source, target, entries, subtextures. Yeah, so this is like super automatic. So I guess you actually have to go to the API source of that. Depth extract. Subtextures equals false. Entry.extract, that goes back to entry, I guess. Entries. This doesn't. What does this do? Exports. Oh, I guess I didn't expect full command line. That's going to re-export it to where it was. Okay, so this is my local one. That was the docs. That was downloads. That was SJSON. This is packages. Okay, so yes, that is a much deeper hierarchy. Did it also do? Yeah, I didn't even do atlases. Manifests probably aren't any different. This is textures. Probably should have moved that. Codex animin. Oh. There's a few things in there. Screens we looked at. Portraits. Oh, that's why they're long, because those are all the codex pictures. Oh, it's all the little animation bits. Crit Shroud. Oh, all the key references. Widgets. Anim line dotted. Oh, that must be for some internal animation tools or something. Oh yeah, target lines. Relationship. Oh, that's for that little animation. Interesting. Oh, yeah. We could use some perspective stuff, have the graph in perspective, like the game. I didn't look at that. What it is? Lock icon. Item consume. Icons. Okay, so yeah, all of this GUI stuff. HUD. Okay, so I guess these are, yeah, the little things that, yeah. Slash. Oh, that little flash, okay. Gray box. Oh. Not sure I can use that, but it's interesting. Arrows. Ah, those kind of arrows. Active trait. Oh. That's the flash. Now wait a minute. Where's all the GUI where's all the trade icons? I guess they're in codecs. Maybe not. Is that a tile set? No. Why didn't those decode? Well, maybe they're in a non-obvious group. Oh, right. Because the thing we originally had is a path. So we have loop, 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 animation, screen in. What was the file we were looking at that had that path? And okay, there we go. GUI animations, GUI. Well, textures. GUI. Oh, this is GUI. Is there a screens here? No, is there boon? What? GUI screens. I don't know why that was hiding. Also, I guess I didn't expect screens to be I thought that they could be like a whole screen. So weapon icons, weapon enchantments. Oh, these are all the custom themes, I guess. Mirror icons. I guess it's the different colors. Boon select symbol? Oh, yeah, all little wiggles. So that's some goon. Oh, they thought about doing Apollo. Boon select lighting. This is Boon's. Oh, nope, okay, that's okay, that's that thing. Boon icons. Okay, now these have the names that we get from the paths. Boon icon frame. And it doesn't look like... Okay, so we have single color. We have some duo color. And apparently God mode functions as a boon. Maybe it's like the current modifiers. Okay, now we still have to link this, which was Hades content, game animations, GUI animations. This probably might need to be a function soon. Game. Animations. This is not... No, this is still not standard JSON. So JSON could be useful if we were doing other stuff. All right, so you were processing this. Right. New file? Oh, and now I might need to ignore some stuff. Okay, so there's all, yep, animation data. So what's the overall structure of this? Animations, is this everything? That's pretty much everything. But I might even be able to say just no frame on that. So I'll just pull the animations key out. So that's a name. So this was like Poseidon, Boon Poseidon. And it's just, we look for name. Although I think we have to add large or small onto it. Boon icons. So are these all in the... Oh. Boon tray icon. File path. So there must be some stuff in this. Boon icon. Using Athena as an example. Constant no update. Ignore scale 0.5. So it's just a pre-applied scale. Okay, so we can append large, basically. All right, so what we have... do I have anything else? No, that was that. Actually, so yeah, this was editor window. We got our text converted. Nope. Can I do... Right, it's a new line. You can do two things. We'll just do... One of them will be fine. Or to kind of be able to see what these things look like. Label. Okay, so this is just the key. Because now I'm wondering, those are all in one directory. I might be able to skip the... I mean, I might actually be able to skip that. GUI animations. Yeah, because even this doesn't have that text exactly as is. So there is the whole separate thing with like weapon enchantment. That looks suspect. I don't think I need that one, thankfully. So I think we can just say large. with our path. Now, I also have to look up how to do images in dot, just for the convenience of it's nice to look at it here. Okay, is that a style maybe? Didn't one of these things have like a server icon? It was a slightly, well, maybe not. I swear I saw an example though. Okay, so it's is that no, this is not the reference. Attributes. So we have image. Name of file. Image file must be the one that recognize formats. Node content rather than the entire node. Depreciated. Node shape equals box. Create as a node rather as node content rather than the entire node. In which to look for images. Okay, so that could actually be convenient. Well, I already erased it. Okay. Now, I don't know how you deal with slashes. It would be convenient if we could just ignore that. And actually, this is going to be, let's see, so we're going to be running in this directory. Package, GUI, textures, GUI screens, boon icons. And we were indeed in the process of making a node here. So anything that comes here probably should have this. Image equals and let's see, so that's the end of that. We need to take image equals And 5. Right, we left out the leading quote. No or improper image. So does that work out, or is it not actually the same? Oh, now you see it doesn't say boon. Once again, we can probably hack that up. Maybe we have to go and get the proper references. How does Lua do a replacement? Did I do that already? No. It's G sub. Can be called as a library function and as a method on a string. Oh, right. Because I guess they did enough to make strings look like objects. Okay, I got rid of boon. Well, we're only missing a few. I might... is unsafe. So it found enough to do the... Is this an alternate to shape and fill color? Found enough to know the aspect ratio. No, doesn't seem to be that. So is this something where it is in fact not a one-to-one mapping? Poseidon's secondary attack. So yes, it is not a one-to-one mapping. It was only accidental that that was the case. And for all we know, it's even small. All right, so we did set this up as a Lua file. Oh, is it unsafe because it's not found in the declared image path? All right, so what we actually need to do is this is a search again. So that was for trait name. So we need very similar. I think it was name and oh, we might have to deal with the slash stuff. It's file path. It looks like it. And then, for my purposes, I might as well be doing all the fix up here. Oh, I do have to. We've got this stuff. So we've got that. The file names are probably okay. And then our image path, if that starts at GUI, all right, so now it's going to be all the unsafe names. Image equals trait icon. And actually now, I guess what I want, well, we could see that in the source, right? Okay, concatenate a nil. Oh, this could be nothing. This won't be found. I want you to check for that. And that's looking like maybe all of them are gone. That kind of looks like I'm not even trying. Yeah, that's failing out. So what are we looking at here? Okay, we're looking for Boon Poseidon. Well, it's a big list. How about we, or print it a lot less. Okay, so there's the label. There's image equals Boon. Did I not update this? Image equals image equals. Did I get the wrong file? Ooh. Okay, there's the duos. Boon Poseidon, 01 large. Oh, I didn't put, did I not put large and small on? In all of our little juggling here? Name equals height. Okay, this is not what we're looking for. Boon Poseidon, 01 large is in the list. Okay. Well, those are, I don't really distinguish what I'm searching for from what I'm, okay, so that one was found. Well, we think. Improper image. Well, this could be slashes. Yeah, this is not fine. This is not looking up any of these traits because it would have more of a file path if it did. Now we're clearly printing out names of these as we search. I guess what I need to print out is, did we find it, and maybe it's not file path for these? Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing. Yeah, we're never matching. Why are we not matching? So we have, so it's failing over to this, which is things like boon, Aphrodite, O1, which is clearly there. So I might actually be better off, for debugging purposes, to take out this so that it just errors. And then so we're looking for that. We're checking against these. Which is still a very long list. So the first one we hit is boon Dionysus, O1 large. Actually, this should also be my dot file. Which is in the list but is not matching. Because I said ID, not name. Because we had to transpose that over to get the right thing. All right, so now there's definitely not going to be syntactically correct because we have all the garbage in there, but it's playing at the dot level, not at the Lua level. Syntax error at 202. GUI screens, is it not liking the backslashes? Line 80. Doesn't even have an image. I'll say, and this did not work. There you go. Unfinished string. Okay, so it definitely doesn't like that. Oh, now we're at 220 again. Image equals, okay, so that's forward slash. Is this a Lua error that we're stopping at? We did take our kind of little default case there. No, label equals Athena upgrade. We got to 249 now. Doing Artemis. Why is that a syntax error? Are we not allowed to have slashes in here at all? I think that the quoting is being taken out. Okay, so it is something in the path itself. Well, I guess an easy way to see if this is a syntax error, you just remove them. Syntax error. Does it not allow dots? Does it not allow underscores? So a completely blank. Now it's 198. What the heck? Also, there's still PNG. Oh, maybe they're... Did they have PNG? No. Dot. Secondary attacks doesn't like underscores? Okay, no proper image, but it's not a syntax error. So underscores aren't allowed in image names? It's not just that. It's weird that it keeps moving around, though. What the heck? Is this actually a file writing issue? Do we have... I don't know what the unit is. We probably have some kind of sleep. Okay, if that's 1,000 seconds, then that's a problem. Line 25. Oh. Okay, in nil value. That was an especially short one. Why does that keep moving around? Does it load in a random order every time? Well, it is. I guess it is always stopping at Athena upgrade. Maybe something is loading in a random order. Tend to index a nil value. Okay. So what's our most recent key? Nope, Hades dot. Okay, so Athena 01 large, why is that missing? Because it's the default icon? Maybe they used a tool that automatically figured that out. I mean, I guess we could actually write the inherit from. Maybe if missing. But I think everything, unless there's a different thing for like duo boon. That one path would actually do it. Because if we say follow up the train, we're going to get the same answer. Athena 01 large. And now we've got lots of printing. Okay. So what is this showing up in SVG as? It's not. So it read enough to know an aspect ratio. Do images not translate to SVG? Oh, we have to do shape none. Box, plain, maybe because it's oval. I clearly read something for the size though. Okay, so that just gives us back to box. Now this comes back to, do we need to turn off fill? No. Output from rinse. Many. I wish I could see the note. Do I have to capture the return value? Oh, this thing is the script. It doesn't auto update itself. Uh. And actually, probably want to take that out because that is kind of messing us up. Oh, but we're running this file, so it doesn't reload it. Oh, this is Hades.rb, which is in that directory. PNG is an option. Maybe is it too large? Oh, you. Oh no, because we actually had it does not convert it and write it. So wrapper HTML file.write. Is that going to know it's binary? Or was Oh, no, because that's our command line, not our script. Okay. There's a file.write. How do we specify binary? File.open and write. All right, so I don't need to do anything with it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Why can't I? Okay, so this is an issue with PNG. Or SVG. What tab are you? That was a huge mistake. Bye. Custom made SVG images. Maybe they have to be like SVG format to show up in an SVG document. So this might be the limits of what we can do with this format. Actually, can we edit this with? I guess the viewer auto-sized, which worked well enough. Oh wow, that's very high resolution. That would need a whole lot of visual layout work. And we're almost most interested in was the duo boons. I almost want this like as an element in there. So we've got all the information to put out a path, and I guess I could get this thing to work. So you just have to, You just have to go back to this. Because we can't manipulate you. Cite him. A big O image. Oh. Oh, right. We were still writing this. Maybe we're still in the process of writing it? Okay, yeah. And then to make that nice, let's see. What is that with what we had before? So now I need this. This is a Ruby script. We can do this. This is why I didn't use PNGs before. Oh, this overrides the shape. No, I've been messing with the shape. Well, that's something, all right. There's probably a way to position that better. All right, so the duo trait is actually... We just didn't color it, right? And we broke our quotes. So, yeah, that seems to work. So we can associate all the stuff. What now? Well, this format is terrible. We probably can't take it too much further. You can kind of tell who's involved in these duos. Now, see, I was thinking that maybe I could do something to generate SVG more to my specs. Although if I did that, I'd probably have to be calculating the positions in world space in order to place the images, because SVG can't embed images itself. Yeah, it is an image, so. There's a search term, D3JS. So there's an image tag. Dot just doesn't use it. Okay, so no, I wanted the dot. This is the dot. This is the SVG. Yeah, it does not generate it. So maybe the next step on the text side of this is to get this data in a more accessible format. So we could build with different tools. So that's that. We need so that gets all of that stuff. We might indeed need something with the textures, although with a path. Color, maybe we leave that as straight up data. Trait icon, trait name and data lookup. Although maybe I just have this as a bunch of data sets. What do we need? We need what's going to be somewhat following these loops. We're not necessarily going to have I guess the edges are still going to kind of represent stuff, although we could probably follow the requirements to an extent here. So in that order, I don't remember if the duo boons were doubled or if they just kind of picked one. Now Hades.lua. Can I print the label as... Well, actually, technically, I need this in Duo. And I also don't necessarily need the icon name anymore. And Hades.ruby, this is taking a bit of time. Oops, it's aware of the images, so it's making a larger image. Oh, no, actually, I wanted the internal names. Oh, of a duo boon to see if it showed up twice. Which is actually in... Do I not have it up? Trait data, loot data. Okay, so 1, voice line. Okay, this looks like... Oh, you're back to there. It looks like it is in both. Well, if we just put out this information, then we can always get rid of the duplicates later. Oh, right. We decided we did not have easy access to JSON. So the things we have to get are loot data and trait data. There's the duos, Aphrodite upgrade. Yeah, no, these were all one of. We could put the... I have to get something out of here. So this is going to be kind of this same thing. Oop. And then this we're just kind of holding on because we might need to use that path. Okay, that's the same. And then for each god, in that order, which we're not doing down there. Okay, so this was already dead code. This might have been doing like all the linked upgrades before. I'm not actually sure we can enforce ordering here. This will ultimately end up in a JavaScript object. JSON's probably easier than... Outputting JSON is probably easier than trying to make something that can parse Lua. So for the color stuff, we were pulling loot color and color. So an HTML style color would not be as easy to work with in different formats maybe, but it's a starting point. That's going to be a string then. Or was color was not including that? Actually, I guess we can just copy this. So loot color color. We might need to do something with the actual name. No. And then this does not need to be a separate pass. So we kind of got that. We kind of got that. Let's see, that was to list out all of the traits. So that is the list of traits. Some of which do not have prerequisite stuff. I might want to go ahead and kind of grab, yeah, this is, see, for my purpose, I don't know that I necessarily care which class it's in. So what would we do? We would do a start list and an end list. And then count on this to go through the lists. And really just print out a string. JSON proper doesn't allow trailing commas. Lua table append? No. I guess I want concat. Let me see, call it array concat. Table.concat. They're really basic. I should do it in a loop anyhow. So that's with a join. So I thought I actually found something with a join. Wait, map2 is a custom function. Oh, no, wait. Okay, so concat actually is the string function. That's for 2. Table.unpack. Yeah, if I'm looking for an array-like thing. All right, well, this is not as simple as it looked. So that might have to wait. I'm going to have to figure out exactly how we want this. I was just thinking it'd be nice if I was going to do something else with it to have like just the data I need, instead of stuff spread across Lua and a couple gigantic JSON files. So I either need I need to put them all into one list and then use some kind of array join operation, join to string, to make a singular list. I guess I could type out the keys, keep them as separate things because it's too hard to join. Well, even if I do that, I still have to deal with the trailing comma problem. I didn't sleep well enough last night for this. So we got some progress. We've got, even just drawing that is hard. We figured out how to associate names and associate images. And we've got a local library of images to potentially work with. With a little bit more work, we can have a data dump that we can import into something else to play around with. Maybe in the meantime, I'll find some time to actually do some of the sketching for the individual gods and how that would all have to connect. And that part will end up having to be some manual data entry, I presume. But that's all I can do right now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for support from subscribers. Everybody who hosted me. What do we got going on? That's what I'm usually on. Wow. bunch of people on one life for some reason. A little short on coding, though. Oh, well, I guess we're going to pick somebody. Blobbles is one of the people. She played a long time ago and has come back a few times now, I think. So first looking for someplace cool to hang out. Oops. No, that's a file path. That's not going to help me. That's someplace cool to hang out. Thanks for hanging out with me. Goodbye and until next time.